Hey lads, so in today's video we're down here at Piscari-Fly in Kilkenny. We're down here with Peter Driver. We're going to go in and have a look at his shop and just have a chat with Peter about Piscari-Fly, what it's all about, what does he have on offer. This is part of the series of helping small businesses in Ireland with my channel, but Peter is a massive name in the fly fishing industry. Anything he says is basically gospel. He knows his stuff. He's represented Ireland on loads of different stages, so I'm going to go in and pick his brain and all sorts of fly fishing things today. So if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get inside and have a chat. Right, Peter Driver.
Sitting. Nice to meet you.
Famous man from Piscari-Fly. Right lads, this is going to be a casual chat. We're down here in Peter's shop, Piscari-Fly. We're going to ask Peter, first of all, what is Piscari-Fly? How long has it been going for all the people watching the videos?
Jesus, feels like it's gone forever. Feels like it's always been there, but I suppose Piscari-Fly itself started up about 9-10 years ago. About 9 or 10 years ago it started up. I had another business, fishing business before that, and I kind of went back and done a bit of study and stuff and changed careers. So I walked away from the fish tackle industry a bit, and then just natural progression of people just looking for different things and flies and tuition and stuff. Piscari-Fly just started to creep in and took over.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool name. What does it stand for, Piscari?
So Piscari's fish. It's the Latin word for fish.
Yeah.
I always knew if I was set up another company that I'd kind of pick something a bit different, something a bit more European, global. And you know, if I'm walking down a street in Spain or Italy and I've got Piscari written across me, if another fisherman sees me, he goes, "Fish." Yeah,
it does.
You know, so I don't even speak English, like, and it's so just and look, it's branding, it's marketing. When you have a business, you got to think about that too. So Piscari is one word. It's easy to do. It runs off the tongue. And it's
No, it sounds good. Yeah. It's got a ring to it.
Yeah, like it.
So the people watching the videos here with my channel, this is all about covering all sorts of fishing in Ireland. So I do lure fishing, a small bit of bait fishing, we do a bit of fly fishing as well. Obviously you're the main man for the fly fishing in Ireland. So whereabouts are you located here for the people watching the videos?
So I'm down here on the River Nore in Thomastown. We're halfway between Thomastown and Bennettsbridge. The address is Thomastown, but sort of halfway between the two. We're on the River Nore here in Kilkenny.
Yeah. And the people watching the videos, can they call into the shop? You have a website? Oh,
we have a website, Piscari-Fly.com. Yeah, that's our main traction for kind of customers. But yeah, we have a shop here. You can call in. I'm here from 7 in the morning till 2 in the morning. During the summer, we'd have lads coming up off the river that maybe the right fly wasn't working for them, or they lost the tip of a rod or something and they need a new tip. So they'd text me, "Well, P, you still tying?" And I say, "Yeah, call in there." So you'd have lads coming in here at 11 o'clock at night, like, looking for a bit of stuff. So it's handy that way. We're kind of,
hopefully don't bang the door too late, but you'd always let them in, I'd say.
Yeah, most people just gives a text or whatever. There's always someone here, like, I'm always here. Yeah.
No, so for the people watching the videos, lads, this is my first time down here and I'm still looking around the room. Like, the shop is at the side of,
into a small area.
No, there's plenty of stuff here. Yeah. The shop is at the side of Peter's house here, and it is really well organised. You can actually see everything on the walls, whereas things can very easily get lost in small places like this, but everything is very well labelled. So I'm going to have a walk through the shop with Peter in a second, and we're going to show you basically what's here. There's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we do. We keep a little bit of everything, yeah. It's the only way to do it.
It's really, really good. It's like specialising in fly gear. Like, this is stuff here that's blowing my mind, lads, I'll be honest. Like, having a chat with Peter there, his mind works the way my mind works with lure fishing. He's like 20 steps ahead in his own head. So we're going to have a look through what's here. I'm making this video here now. We're on the second week of December. You probably get very busy coming up to Christmas, do you?
It is getting a bit busy now. Kind of in the end of September when the trout season's over, because we specialise in trout.
Yeah.
It tends to lull off a little bit, which I don't mind, because it gives you a bit of a break from guiding and all that kind of stuff, and get caught up. And then so October, November get a little bit quieter, and now kicking into Christmas season, you have vouchers, you have Christmas presents, kits, so guiding.
If somebody rings the shop,
all that kind of stuff,
you can give them a gift voucher.
Oh, we can have emailed over within 5 minutes.
Yeah. So any mothers or fathers watching this video, lads, gift vouchers, let them pick out their own gift.
Their own things, yeah. And sometimes it's a handy way of doing it, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what to get the fishermen, so gift vouchers are
handy.
But
overall now, for a business in Ireland in the fishing industry, this time of year it must be kind of slow for you what you're doing after the trout season closes.
Yeah, it does. It slows up a bit. Well, some ways grand because you get it caught up, but like having a seasonal business comes with ups and downs.
Yeah.
You know, you're flat out busy there for several months of the year, and then you have a lot of downtime. You have to plan for that, like, you know, you have to plan for it, and you kind of, while you'll be looking forward to October, November, I'd be kind of looking forward to be over to get back into the Christmas period, to see, obviously for business, like keep business going, you know, it gets a little bit busier, and then once you turn to Christmas, then lads start thinking about the fishing season again, the trout season coming in, so business picks up again, like, you know. But yeah, it's always that downtime. You're always wondering, you know, is this a trend? I hope it doesn't last too long, like, you know.
Right, next up, Peter, you have a pretty good reputation in Ireland. What's your background with fishing? What made you start a shop like this? You must know a lot about fishing.
Oh, it's just it's the passion for it. Like, you know, I started out fishing when I was only a kid, a young lad, worming on the Avonmore River up in Wicklow. Yeah. And went from there, put a fly rod into my hand, started with the flies. Once that happened at 10 or 12 years of age, it never stopped. Like, the fuel just kept coming day in, day out. You just kept thinking about it, sleeping about it, eating it. Fly tying started in then, and once you know yourself, you're the very same kind of person. You get it just completely consumes you.
Yeah, you get obsessed.
And then you just can't help yourself. It just happens. Like, it's part of who you're born to be, you know. And yeah, over the years, just complete fanatic at it. I do a lot of competition fishing, so been lucky enough to make a few Irish teams over the years.
A few.
A few.
That's putting it nicely, lads.
I'm getting near the back end of now. I'm getting nearly too old for them. I was saying, it wasn't so long ago where I used to be the young lad on the team, and this year was the first time I was the eldest on the team, and I went, oh God, it's gone full cycle, like, you know. But yeah, so I've been lucky enough to do a lot of competition fishing around the world, and you get to see some great places, meet some great people, and that kind of comes into the business then as well. Like, it kind of adds into the business. That I do a lot of coaching and guiding, but as regards product, what do I want to sell? What am I looking for? What am I looking trying to invent or evolve or produce for our own business? Comes from all that competition scene, that experience. But it's been like my entire life. There's never been a period where I haven't been into fishing, or be it sea fishing, be it even pike fishing, worm fishing, spin fishing. It's all fishing at the end of the day. Like, it's fantastic. Fishing is fishing. Absolutely, fishing's fishing. No matter what you're into, fishing's fishing. And if it's got a hold, you gotta feed it, like.
No, but just from chatting to Peter there when I first came in the shop, lads, even just talking about nymphing, the sheer detail he goes into when it comes to selecting the hook and the bead, like, that's unbelievable information. So,
well, again, it's stuff we've learned through tournaments. When you go to the tournaments, you get to control some of them. And when I was younger, I used to fly to competitions that I couldn't get entry into, and I used to actually control them. I wouldn't even be competing, I wouldn't qualify them, but I'd go to be a controller, I could sit and watch the guys. So he'd watch them and he'd be studying, just writing notes after each tournament, even if you're competing in it. But that's where you get to learn, because that's where all the top guys will be doing all the latest innovative kind of stuff with different rods and lines and leaders and techniques. So you get to learn a lot from tournament fishing. Yeah. And then, you know, obviously then if you're a competitor yourself, you've got to apply that then too. You know, so we go into great detail. The micro details is the key of getting up the ladder.
So we're lucky in Ireland, I guess, with the winter fishing, where you can fly fish with the rainbow trout, but I'd imagine rivers is where you absolutely come into your own.
Rivers, well, look, a thing about being a competition angler, you have to be as good at the rivers as you are at the rainbows. You have to be as good at the rainbows as at the loch style. You have to be fish from a bank, fish from a drifting boat, fish from a small river to a big river, because competitions are held across all lengths. So I put as much work into my stock fishing as I do my loch style fishing, as I do my nymphing, as I do my dry fly, wet fly streamer. Our world champion, Pierre Cruns, he's won it 3 years in a row. He's had to fish 3 different countries, 5 different venues in each country. You know, you don't get that by being a really good nympher. You get it by being a complete all-round angler, and just understanding fish in general. And, you know, stuff you can apply from what you do. I'd be watching your videos the whole time. Like, I think it's fascinating what you do, because it's so much like what we do. We're just using different kind of gear to do the same thing, really. And I'm learning stuff from your videos the whole time, but little things, little techniques and stuff you can add to what I do in my fly fishing tournaments, like.
No, definitely, so, you have to take a little bit from everything, because if you just go down one route, where you'll see on my channel, anybody watching the videos, I stay away from you get a few purists every now and again. So with the fly fishing, you have to just fly fish. But if you open up your mind to it a bit and take a little bit from lure fishing, maybe a little bit from bait fishing, you become a 10 times a better angler.
Can be, yeah. You know? 100%. Like, I say, you know, I go saltwater sea bait fishing. I still spin for the sea bass and stuff like that. I probably haven't spun for trout and rivers in a good few years, but I can still remember back to those days. Like, I remember I was fishing the Welsh Dee last week in the European Haddock Grayling Championships, right? The Welsh Dee was in flood. In my mind, before I went into that session, I put myself back. Exactly. I put myself back to 9, 10, 11 years of age. with a spinning rod, a bit of lead that I cut off the gutter of the house, turned onto it and knot on it and a bait hook and trotting the worm down and jigging it in along the banks. How I used to catch certain worms. And when I turned up to the European Grayling Championship last week in the flood, I was doing the very same thing.
Yeah, it's in your head where the fish are
that
going to be
technique where the fish are. We spoke about that as well as understanding where fish are, which is hugely important. Like it's half the battle of catching fish is knowing where you're fishing, where the fish are. But all that education and different techniques and stuff, it's all applicable across the board. Like.
It is 100%. Anybody watching the videos, lads, if you have any questions about any sorts of fishing, you can message me privately or you can message Peter. If it's about fly fishing, message Peter.
You can handle a fly rod too. I've seen you. I've seen you on leash.
A small bit, but I'd be nowhere near this standard. But yeah, we're going to have a walk through the shop here, and you're going to show people what's here because there's so much here, lads. If you're watching this video, make sure to call down as soon as you can, especially before Christmas. Come down and support the business. And yeah, let's have a look through as we come in the door. There's so much stuff here, so let's go. Right, Peter. When people come down to visit you, what are they in store for?
Well, look at you. We've a bit of everything. We've a space here that's we try to keep fairly full. And we cover a lot. You know, we cover all your waders, glasses. And the one thing about it is I kind of stick to a motto I started with years ago. If I'm not going to use it, I probably don't really even need to sell it. You know, that kind of way. So a lot of the stuff I have rational reason behind it. Like we use the rapid eyewear, those sunglasses. Really, really affordable. Those things are absolutely fantastic. Not massive money, but they've interchangeable lenses. So when I'm on the river and I'm fishing, I need to be able to see the bed of the river. I need to be able to see all my indicators. If I can't see them, I'm not fishing. And I can interchange my lenses as I'm fishing to different colour lenses. If the sun comes out, the cloud comes, whatever. So you know, we tend to stock a lot of what we use ourselves in everyday competition fishing, or fishing in general. So we've all kind of accessories here, loads of accessories, rod sleeves, protector rods, gloves. These are knee and shin pads down here to protect the expensive waders you buy so you don't get them caught up in the briars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're fantastic. Like they're not only there to protect the shin and your shin and your knees when you're running through rivers and falling over rocks.
That's with the bad
knees. If you're going to spend a couple of £100 in a pair of waders, and Ireland's got a lot of briars, they'll save you a couple of £100 every year.
So you have a lot of chest packs.
We use a lot of different chest packs. I must have 3 or 4 different chest packs myself for different reasons. We do all the different types of ones.
Does it matter with the sizes, or is it just what you're bringing with you?
It depends. So if I'm guiding, I might use something bigger. I might use something like some of those bigger traper ones. When I'm in tournament fishing, this is the one I use in tournament fishing myself.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You can fit it onto it?
Yeah, fit everything into that. This is one we use in Wales. See the videos that we do in Wales and the yoke. So we'd have everything in this. We make these up here ourselves. Okay. So we just buy a chest pack and we fit them all out. Like we do that. We do a lot of customized stuff here where we fit it out for the customer. So we have the traper box and that in there. Then you have your different materials in there. You go inside here, you have your tippets. So people that ask us for a full complete custom box, depending on where they're fishing, what they're fishing for, we'll make up the chest packs. You have your big fly box in there.
Well, it fits a lot of stuff in it for the size of it.
Fly box, then we can, lads would want the whole fly box filled, so we can put loads of flies in that for them. We make them up custom. Like we do a lot of kind of custom stuff for people that want specific stuff, and how the way we set it up. So that's a really good one, and not crazy money. It doesn't have to be crazy money to be good.
You have a lot of nets. You make any nets you'd recommend?
Different types of nets.
You have the Boatman for the.
With the Boatman, which is a great net and a good seller. Yeah, they're really high quality. You got these Mikado nets. These are good because we got the floats on them. That's
never noticed that.
Yeah, they're floats. So if you're bank fishing and you want to keep that fish, you want to keep it out and just not hold onto it while you're playing the fish.
Yeah.
Well, I'd stick that between my legs, or I have a clip on here on the side of me hip when I'm fishing, and that stays afloat, so you just pick it up quite easy and put a fish. That's a bare handle.
Yeah, it's light. It's very light.
It's very strong.
Yeah,
that's what we like about it. That's a bare one. So we make them nets up. We use the Mikado head, and that handle is very good. River nets, then you got all sorts of small ones. We got more ones inside, different river nets inside there. That's one of our best competition nets for river fishing, and it's not. There's a couple of reasons why we use this a lot. Now, this is probably our biggest seller, river net. It's got a really good strong. It's got a nice handle. It's pretty. It's very light in the hand, and you got that real fine mesh.
Yeah.
So the beads don't go through it, because the big problem we have with nymphing is those little beads go through your net.
Oh yeah.
And they get all tangled up and mess, so the beads don't go through that. So that's probably the most popular competition net in Europe. Most comp guys in Europe are using that particular net. So we've other rubber nets, we've nets. You've lots of options.
Yeah, you have so many options.
It's nuts, like.
It's better to have options than to not have options. Yeah. But you have a bit of clothing on this.
We do shirts, we do jackets, waders. Still good for the tripe waders, they're really good. Of course, the Witchwood ones, you can't pass them. The thing
yeah.
about waders, barbed wire doesn't care the price.
No.
So,
no.
you know.
Who are you telling?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You have different jackets.
They're lovely.
Those triper shirts are really nice.
Feeling off them is
Very
lovely.
popular. Very affordable as well for a really nice shirt. Like, they fit lovely, they wash well, they last
Just keep the
time.
sun off you, that's half the battle.
And they dry really quick. Lots of different jackets, real light ultra jackets, different waving jackets, fleeces, jackets, puff jackets. Yeah, look
No
at
shortage of it.
No, we've a bit of
What's
luggage.
this down here?
Bit of luggage. That's a rod bag. I actually use that all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. This is fantastic. This is what I carry with me every day when I go to the river. This is what comes to the river with me every day. So when I open it up then, these are fantastic, especially for the flying because you've got so much gear. So what I do when I open it up then, in here I'll have all my rods.
Oh yeah.
So all my rods fit there. I can take 15 rods in that. That'll take 15 rods for me. Right? Just forget about tubes.
I bet you would take 15 as well. if you
I
could
do, yeah. I have them in the socks. And in here then I have all my reels, bits and pieces, whatever needs to be, sunglasses in there. In here I'll have all my leaders, tippets, all my accessories. And the whole lot fits in that, and I can take an entire. When I was in Wales, going to Wales, that's the bag that came with me with all my fishing gear. Now, obviously, bar the waders and the boots and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
With regards to my fishing gear, that's everything fits into that.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Fits
Now, I
a lot
don't
of stuff.
travel abroad with that one. If I'm going on a plane, I'll change him to a bigger, stronger bag.
Harder case, yeah.
But anything I'm doing in my car or any competitions I'm fishing in Ireland, or even when I'm just fishing, that's the bag that comes everywhere with me every day of the week. Yeah, they're a good bag.
These are handy to have. The rod sleeves.
Yeah, they're brilliant. Yeah. We make up, so again, if I'm in the hotel before a competition, I'll make up 5 or 6 rods in the hotel, put the flies, everything on them, ready to go, break them in half, cover them up, and I can carry 5 or 6 rods in one hand, getting onto a bus or getting into the jeep or going to a competition, and all the setting up is done in the hotel. It's not actually done on the bank of the river where you've got other stuff going through your mind. Like.
And one more thing else that I noticed, lads. You see me wearing them in all the videos. The thing that I wear around my neck, the buffs, yeah, they're a lifesaver because when you're fishing like you do 5-6 days a week, obviously I don't want to be getting sunburned all the time, but also when I'm guiding, lads will be casting hooks left, right and centre. It stops the hooks from going into your neck and your ear, and it just protects yourself from the sun and from hooks. Handy to have, right? I said I'd just mention that there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's have a look inside.
The buffs are always and keep you.
Right, into Aladdin's cave here. You've a bit of everything.
Gosh, look at all your tippets, all your different tippets, leaders, stuff we use mostly in fly fishing over in this wall. Every brand that we use, right from Maxima to Hanik, Shogun, fluorocarbon, monofilaments, all that kind of stuff. We got a selection of reels, different types of reels, cassette reels, salmon reels, trout reels, semi-automatics, everything that we use ourselves as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and you got flies, and more flies. It's just endless. Of what? There's some of our buzzers. Thousands of buzzers. Mark is our buzzer man. So Mark, the cousin who's in the business as well, he's mad into the buzzers.
Yeah,
so he designs all our buzzers.
That's mad.
I don't do half as much as he does, but there's just trays of buzzers.
Oh my god.
All these patterns for Carib and everything.
That's all class.
There. Yeah, he does really well on the buzzer. I don't get spent as much time as that's no Rogan's chest back, an original Rogan's chest I got a couple of years ago. It's a lovely chest. You don't see too many of them knocking around anymore. Wet flies, dry flies, all the river stuff. They're all patterns we. Some of them are generic patterns and such, but then there's some of our own stuff. We do a lot of our own tying here as well, and all our clink hammers for dry dropper and stuff, all high vis.
Oh, lovely.
We tie a lot of them for high vis. We've selection boxes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1 second, I wanted to put this into the video. Anybody who watches the videos when we're down in the stock lakes, everybody's always asking where do you get the rainbow trout sort of flies, like the humongous, the mad colourful flies that lads use for the rainbows. So this is the spot. Look at the selection.
We've that's some selection boxes, and in here then you've just trays and trays of squirmies, bungs, worms, all the stuff that we use in competition. We do a fair bit of competition. All your apps worms, especially that olive worm, can be really, really good. Boobies, fabs, there's just trays and trays of all the stuff we use ourselves. You know, all there.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And you tie up some of these, and some of them.
We tie a lot of them. Yeah, we do tie a lot. We obviously buy them in because it's physically. I'm on my own tying here. Mark does a bit of design work for us, and he just gives me a hand out as well. There's some stuff we buy in, like there's some really good companies out across the world that you buy some to help you out, generic stuff. But then we do a lot of custom stuff as well, where people ring up. and say, look, I'm looking for something specific, or I'm fishing there and the flies I have are just not, I want a different size or I want a different colour.
Yeah.
Well, then we actually tie them up here then. We actually make them up physically ourselves.
One thing I want to ask you about, this stuff, dry X.
Oh yes, yes, that was a thing that was a little bit of a pet project for me over many years, thinking about it, about cling hammers and dry flies, especially CDC. You know, you can get, there's lots of floating products on the market at the minute, and they're good. Most of them are fairly effective in a lot of ways, but not completely. So I was always thinking there has to be some way of applying some kind of a product to your dry flies that will make them float, not really interfere with the natural properties of, say, like the CDC and stuff like that, and make them float longer, hydrophobic. So yeah, over about 2-year period of trying and testing, talking to some chemical engineers, we came up with Dry-X. It's a dry fly floating treatment. You treat it sort of 6 or 8 hours before you go fishing. So normally when I tie the flies, throw a bit in a tub, let them dry out then naturally, and then they're ready to fish. And then they last for months. They last, like, you could fish a dry fly. I fished mayflies last year. I was last year, the year before. I fished 3 mayflies on the same rod for 2 days. Never treated them once. Never dried them. Caught trout on both flies both days, and it lashed rain for 2 days. And coming in off the boat, the guide says to me, "Do you know what?" I said, "I'm going to ask him, what in the name of God have you got the dry flies?"
Yeah.
Because you haven't touched them all for the last 2 days, and yet they're still floating. Dry-X, it's hydrophobic, so it soaks inside the material, and it protects the material from the inside out, not like silicone-based agents that protect from the outside in. And it's fantastic. It's waterproof, or it's eco-friendly, no scent, no slick, no smell, and it's water-based. It was really good. We came up a couple of years ago, and it's really taken off. It's fantastic. All the feedback from dry fly men all across the world are buying it now, and they just can't get over how good it is. Like, you know, but say the only thing is you got to pre-treat your fly
a few hours before you go.
The night before you go.
Yeah.
Spray the box, let it dry, and then
there
you go, floats forever. So all your clean cameras for dry dropper and CDC, and it doesn't affect the materials in any way whatsoever. There's no sticks, no scent, no smell off it. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah.
My brother's going to order about 10 bottles, 10 bottles after that. Now, so all right, you've loads of hooks.
Different hooks, fly tying, all our fly tying stuff there, hook brands,
all sorts of sizes.
Yeah, Camazans, the Hookoo is very popular. Hannick, then some other hooks. We got some of our own stuff, some partridge, salmon hooks, pike hooks there.
Do you tie up pike flies as well?
I do. Yeah, we tie pretty much everything. We tie everything from tarpon flies to mullet flies. We get requests from people all over looking for different patterns and stuff. I've been tying all my life. I'm completely fascinated by it. So there's not much I haven't tied.
God.
You know, haven't tied. You go in then, you're getting into more foreign feather for fly tying. All your dubbins, hackles, swirls. It's the fly tying end of it is endless.
And is there many? Would fly tying be a big thing around Ireland?
Yeah, it's always, the guys that are big in the fly, it's always nice to tie your own stuff. Yeah. And it's not as complicated or even as expensive as some people think, because, you know, modern day flies are quite simple. Little simple nymphs, little simple dries, especially for trout fishing or streams. It doesn't take much to get into it, and it's not a very, it's very simple. Yeah. You know, a little bit of time, a little bit of tuition, and you're away, and you can start tying. And it's nice to get some stuff on your own flies now and again too, and that's it. And there's so much tutorials out there now. It's easy enough to get started, but there's a big group of Irish people tying. Yeah,
we're going to do a few videos on the channel of Peter tying up a few patterns.
Absolutely,
I'm going to post them over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
For people watching that have an interest in it. So next up,
tungsten beads. It's a real pet thing of mine.
The elephant in the room.
Oh, don't talk to me. Yeah, tungsten. So look, at tungsten is a thing. We do all our own brand of tungsten. It's something that, as a combination angler, tungsten, it means whether you're going to catch fish or not. The proper tungsten bead, colour, size, weight, the cut of the bead, the anodization of it. So it's something I've put a lot of work into over the years, having our own bead range and a really top end bead range. They're sometimes they can be the difference between catching and not catching when you're nymphing, like. Yeah. You have some fly rods here. Are these your own ones? These are some of the fly rods we do. Yeah, we have some. We got Syndicate brand. That's an American company in Tennessee. I do a bit of design work for them, and they're really good. Yeah, and then we have our own brand. We started building our own fly rods 2 years ago. 2 years ago now, we built what we call the Venator range, which is a nymphing rod. That's a 10-foot 628, our nymphing rod, and then we have the 9'3", the 9'3" tree weight dry fly rod. Nice. At the minute. We have lake rods on the way. I have a gold, actually that's the golden sample of the lake rod there. So So this hasn't been, it's been tested well now at this stage.
No, you're not allowed to see this, lads.
You're not allowed,
You're not allowed to see this.
I'm just going to hide it. But, that's our gold sample of our lake rod. So they come to us like that from the manufacturer. We send over the specs, all the requirements we want of a rod. Then they send me back blanks. We mark the blanks. We have a look at it, get a feel for it. And then they send us back what's called a golden sample. So that's what's called a golden sample. It's just, they just put a sticker on it, tell me what it is. And then I test the crap out of it. We do everything we want to do with it. And hand it away then to a few people to give it a lash as well and really max it out.
Try to break it.
Try to break it, try to damage it, kick it around the place, whatever has to be done. And then once we're happy, we sign off on it and then they go back to production. So they've just been signed off.
Cool.
Just after Italy, because we had that rod at the European Championships. And yeah, really excited about them coming out. They'll be out next year. So it's nice to be doing your own stuff.
Oh, definitely.
You know, it's nice to be doing your own bit of stuff and your own designs, because everyone has, you know, fishermen have their own wants and rods. So sometimes they can't get exactly what they want. You know, so it's nice to be able to get an opportunity to make some of your own stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And what? You have a bit more
capes, feathers, all the capes for fly tying. Some of our own stuff. We dye. I do a lot of dyeing as well. I dye all these capes myself.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, dye all my own colours and stuff. So we dye, and again, you get people wanting specific colours.
What would be the most popular one?
Claret.
Claret, yeah.
Yeah, claret. I have a thing for claret. I couldn't, if I go into a tackle shop and I see 3 different colour claret capes there, I'll buy the 3 of them.
Yeah?
Yeah. Claret's just thing, you know, it's just a thing, yeah. Claret for Irish loch style is good. Rivers then would be more so green wells and that kind of stuff. And everyone's eyes see different colours. Everyone's eyes. You could have 100 olive capes here and a guy will come in and he'll look for a different olive. You know, it's endless.
And what's
capes and colours.
this?
This is something that I've been threatening to do for a long time, and I started it this year. So I built a bit of a workshop in the sheds. These are fly tying stations and displays. So what you do is you see guys at the fly tying show stuff, you put your fly in there, clip it in, your fly sits, and you can show off your flies. Or you have ones like this, if you're tying a batch of buzzers,
oh yeah,
and you want to dry your buzzers, you tie your buzzer, put it into the clip, and you just do your whole batch. This one here then has a vice built into the base. So this will be for your tools. This could be for varnishes, threads.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have the magnifying light that plugs into your phone or into your phone charger, and that lights up, so and you've got your voice built into the actual base. These are again just display pieces for tools and your clips, your varnishes. These pieces now these are something else. This piece of wood here is ancient elm. This piece of wood was probably started to grow in somewhere around the 1500s, maybe the 1400s, and it was milled in the 1800s, the early 1800s. That piece, these are all from the one piece. They were milled in the 1800s here in Kilkenny on the Sion Road in the mill, and it was the water mill from Sion Road, and the water mill started to work. This piece of timber started to work in the 1800s and ran for 120 years.
Jeez. In
the river, a massive big mill, and the guy that owned the mill, he still has a sawmill, and he took the wheel down because it was falling apart, and he saved some lumber from it by machining it up.
Oh,
I happened to get some hands on it. So that's ancient elm from the River Nore, over 120 years in the River Nore. So it's just a beautiful piece, and I got a couple of planks off him, and exactly where it deserves to be is on a fly tyer's table, you know, where beside. It spent his whole life in the river, like.
We've only 3 pieces here, so watch the video, lads. Get down quick.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice pieces. Fly tyers, we use them the whole time. I have a piece upstairs, and if you're demonstrating and things like that, you use them the whole time.
You have boxes for flies, loads of them, any size you can imagine, I'd say.
Yeah, we got some more bigger ones up there. You got fly tying tools, some of our own. We do all our own fly tying tools as well. All our own Pacific brand. We have kits, so you can get the full kit. Kit of all your different tools, and yeah, they're good tools. They're good quality, and
anybody looking to get into the fly tying? Oh, you have a bit of everything there, yeah.
Oh yeah, we have everything you need. There's kind of accessories, your ginks, some armadillo patches, nippers, zingers, sharpeners, all that kind of stuff is there. You get down in it a bit more stuff there. Some magnets. We use a lot of those magnets for nets and stuff.
Oh, I actually have the McLean magnet.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a good magnet. Yeah, that's a good magnet as well. Into some more fly tying gear. We got some.
These very handy, lads.
Oh, the little clipper or the counters. Yeah,
fish counters for the lads that do a bit of competition, and even if they want to just keep counting. Yeah. I have 2 of them in the boat. They're so handy.
We always have one on us. Yeah. Yeah, and then when you think you've got 20 trout and you look and you only got 10.
Yeah, don't tell them our secret sets.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, yeah.
A few kind of accessories there.
And stuff like that.
A few t-shirts.
Yeah. fritzes and things like that. We have some of our own fritzes and stuff, and then we go into other brands. We do Saldarini worm stitch chenille is absolutely savage. If you're into worms and stocked reservoirs and stuff, that stuff is a game changer.
There's a bit of shine off it, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a little bit of UV flicker in it. That comes from Italy, from Saldarini. Very good. Some full and mill stuff. We go into more our own squirmy worms, our own paraposts, different materials. Look, it's just, as you can see around, it's just, it goes all in around there. You've all your bucktails, your zonkers, your mink zonkers, rabbit zonkers are all in there, all the different fly tying gear.
Right, you have loads of fly rods, or
Loads
rods.
of fly rods, different brands, Witchwood, good, different brands. We always pick up some second-hand fly rods as well. People trading in, which is great because, you know, you can pick up a half-decent rod, then second-hand fly rod is perfect. If someone getting started or whatever, I won't pay the big money, but still want the quality. So we get in lots of that kind of stuff. Then we're into, to finish off the fly fishing, you have all of different fly lines.
Oh yeah, you've all the lines.
Yeah, different fly lines. We have some of our own fly lines as well. We use a lot, and they're really good and able to get them a little bit more affordable for people.
Nice.
Different lines, stuff that's important. And then you're kind of into our bit of, we still do a bit of sea and game, spinning and that kind of stuff. So we have a selection of spinning rods, sea rods, boat rods. Of course, we've all the big slights, thanks to Stanley.
No.
Sandy, big slights are a fantastic rod, real affordable. They're fantastic, like.
Super rods.
We carry all the sizes in them, all the sizes, and the pike, the predators, all that kind of stuff. We have all of them. Yeah, then look at walls, you know.
Bit of lures.
Bit of spinner.
Pollock.
Most of the stuff here for us would be, we do our
Salmon.
own flying seas. These are all our own flying seas. We make these in house.
Oh, cool.
And we do all different weights with them and stuff. We also we spray all the blades with fluorescent white.
Oh, right.
So when that actually goes into the water, it glows like a light bulb.
No way.
Unbelievable.
That's mad.
Yeah, so we do all our own flying seas. We make them custom as well. If people want specific flying seas, we'll make them up here.
Nice.
Different weights, different sizes and things like that.
You've all sorts of spinners there as well, I
There
see.
is. There's they're MEPs. Yeah, they're MEP spinners. We buy them in bulk that way.
Nice.
Yeah, you've got braids.
Pike floats. A little bit of everything.
We have a bit of everything when it comes
Split
to
rings,
that.
swivels, perch lures, pike lures.
Yeah. Bass lures, weights, boxes.
There's enough trophies on the shelf anyway.
There's a few there actually. You know, I actually have a few more, but
I'd say even more than a few more.
My mum had never let him go out of home place. There's 3 All Irelands on that there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's an All Ireland's from the Avonmore in 22. That's from when I won the first. I was my first All Ireland Championships. I won the first one on the lake on the Corrib, you know.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was never the river. It was always the lake. That was the first one. Yeah, there's a few stuff there. There's a few Grayling, European Grayling Championships medals and stuff there, which you gathered them over the years. Yeah.
It's always nice to have something like that to
Yeah, look at I
remember the memories.
Yeah, absolutely. I just, you see the trophy and you remember back to that day, and it's nice, alright.
You remember every little detail, I think.
Oh yeah, it would, yeah.
You put in so much effort to get there, like. So
Yeah.
you have a few spinning reels, a few bait casters.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
For the lads into what your lads call the dark arts, is it?
No, look at
Me.
That's where we all began. See, this is the thing. We all began with this.
Yeah. I remember I started off worm fishing
I
before
was the very
everything else.
same, and I really enjoyed it. And there's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely, yeah. And still today, most fly anglers that come in to have kids into the fishing, it's the place to start. It is starting. Like, depends on where they're young. Like, I've got Lily and Tommy there now, and Tommy's 6 and Lily's 9, and that's the fishing we do. Now, Lily's progressed on to a bit now. She's down on some of the stocked fisheries, doing some of the fishing, and it's great, like, but just to get them started and go out, have fun, sit by the bank of the river, are some of the best memories I have of my father.
Once you're going fishing,
Once you're going
it doesn't
fishing,
matter.
that's absolutely it. Get them out in the water, get them off the PlayStations, get them off the apps.
You have some
get them
nice
out in the water.
old, are they vintage rods up in the roof?
They are, yeah. I've got a load of them shed. I must actually stick up more of them, but they are. Yeah, there's some. That's Greenheart.
Yeah.
That's a ton weight. That's pure Greenheart straight through the whole way, one rod.
Oh way, that's
There's
class.
one break in it there. That's the junction, but the rest, the handle and the butt is all pure Greenheart. That's just a Hardy rod. This bigger one here, that's a Hardy. That's a Hardy rod. It's one of the last full cane rods.
it's long, isn't it?
Back, and that was 1904. That was made because
Wow.
it has the code on it. You can trace the code.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really worth much, but they're nice. They're lovely. They're works of art.
Oh, it's nice to
And,
see them.
I'd often look at them and think about the story behind that rod. Who caught what fish with it? Who fished with it?
Everybody kind of has, if they're fishermen in the family, like, you see these old rods hanging around.
Oh,
A lot of people don't realise what they have, but
yeah,
some of them can be...
They're works of art for me. Like, I just think they're magnificent. Yeah, especially the ones that have been used a bit, and
Yeah.
they're kind of, they tell a story near themselves. you know, about the fisherman that would have had him, or
You have lads
where
these
he would've
days
fished them.
obsessing about like rods, and you see like they were catching fish on these.
I know, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
probably more fish than us.
Probably were, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right, lads. Straight away, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Great
down
having you,
here today.
Sid. Yeah, fantastic. Really enjoyed
It's
it.
nice to
chat.
show people what's here.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
It's just nice to have a walk around the shop, like, you know. Like you have a few. I'm going to put up this video before Christmas, lads. You have vouchers if you want to sell them.
We have vouchers, absolutely. Yeah, we do online vouchers. You can order them online and have them delivered within minutes to your computer and print them out yourself, or you can call in and collect them, or we'll print them out and post to you next day delivery.
A1. Handy. Do gift vouchers or a godsend, lads. You can always read people's minds what they want as a present for Christmas.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But even if there's something that people are looking for in the fly fishing scene, they can ring the shop and you'll know what they're talking about.
Just give me a ring on the phone number. I answer the phone the whole time, day or night. It never stops ringing anyway.
Yeah.
Give me a ring and ask for a bit of advice. There's nothing worse than seeing someone pick up a bit of gear and it's not exactly what the person wants. Or you know, if you're even unsure about the type of gear, you want to get into a bit of fly fishing, or you want to get into a bit of this or a bit of that, and you wouldn't mind a fly rod, you wouldn't mind a reel or line, but you just don't know what to get.
Yeah.
Best thing is pick up the phone.
Just
pick up the phone, ring us, and I'll always give my best opinion on it. And if I don't have it here, I'll send you to the place to get exactly what you're looking for.
Exactly, yeah. There's loads of shops around Ireland. Like, just because it's not here,
no.
Peter's not going to do you out. If there's another shop that has it, he'll send you there.
Most important is you get what you want, you get the right gear, and yeah, it makes the whole job so much easier. Like when you go fishing, then if you do the right stuff, like so.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We're going to do a few videos now, lads. We're going to go up. You have to tune into the next video. We're going to tie a few flies. If you enjoyed this video, lads, give it a thumbs up. We're going to come down again when the trout season opens. We're going to do a bit of fly fishing, catch a few fish in the fly. I promise you I'm going to do a bit more fishing next year on the fly rod. I keep saying it every year, but we'll do it a bit more next year. So thank you for having me.
Brilliant, awesome.
Thanks for watching,
Look forward
lads.
to getting you on the river.
We'll see you soon.